So Realtor.com just recently released the top 10 best cities to buy if you're a first-time home buyer. And how did they come up with these top 10? And we're going to go through, we're going to start today with number 10, and we're going to work our way up to number one. So Realtor.com weighed a number of different factors in its analysis, including the percentage of the community aged 25 to 34, access to amenities, commuting distance, potential sales growth as of 2025 for investment purposes, unemployment rates, availability of homes as expressed by the number of listings per 1,000 residents, and most importantly, median home price. So let's get to it. So how do you find the best deal in each one of those cities? So we're going to show you how. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go to Google. And city number one, I'm sorry, city number 10, the 10th best city is Wilmington, Delaware. So we're going to go to Google or whatever your favorite search engine is and type in fixer upper homes for sale in Wilmington, Delaware. So we can go to fixer upper homes for sale. This looks like a condo. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Let's just check this one out. This one looks pretty rugged, $70,000. Yeah. Yeah. So this is definitely a fixer-upper. Welcome to 828 Vandiver. So if you're in for an adventure, and hey, you only live once, right? So let me just show you how this works. We're going to take this property address and we're going to show you the easy way how to buy and fix up and live in a fixer-upper. So we're going to copy that address. We're going to go to readyforremodel.com, and at Ready for Remodel, it's powerful tools that the most sophisticated investors use, and they go to Found a Fixer, and we're going to drop in the property address, and it's going to import all of the critical data, the bedroom bathroom count, the square footage, the cost of home improvements, not only in that city, the material costs and the labor costs, but specific to that house. Based on a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,275 square foot house, we're going to be able to accurately estimate the cost of repairs. And so the second thing that this does is it helps you visualize what the house could look like using AI. So right off the bat, you can see it's taking the first picture and it's generating a modern version of what that house could look like. So that's what it looks like now, and that's what it could look like when it's fully remodeled. Now, this has 11 images you'll see here. So you can select any image. And so we're going to go in and look at this interior, and we're going to let AI know that it's an interior, and we'll just call it a living room. And let's give it a style. There's almost an unlimited number of design options that you have. So we'll just go to we'll say a contemporary style and see what that looks like. And so while the AI is doing the visualization, again, there's unlimited design options. We have different AI strengths. So if you want to get creative, we have very low, we have mid, we have extreme. And so let's just see what this contemporary design is going to look like. Well, that's kind of lousy. So let's try this again. And we're going to reduce the AI strength. So hopefully it'll recognize those stairs. And we're going to give it we'll say we want a mid-century modern look. Let's see what happens. I say, when you're dealing with, let's try this again. When you're dealing with AI, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And it's not liking that. So let's do a Mediterranean design. Let's see what that might look like. So that's what it looks like now. And there is a Mediterranean look with some tile floors, some tile stairs, and that's that look. Let's yeah, it's pretty rugged, this one. So let's try, let's see, yeah, that's too close up. So after you play with the design photos, let's look at the cost of repairs. So we're definitely going to need some exterior paint. We're probably going to need to do some windows. And you'll see we've got these little question marks based on the quality. We have three different levels of quality: good, better, and best. Here's a little description of what that is. And then as you go through each one of these specific remodels, kitchen remodel, if you click this little icon here, it gives you a really detailed description of the scope of work that's pricing. And so on a kitchen remodel, you've got a good quality kitchen, which is 16 grand, a better quality kitchen, which is 23 grand, or a best quality, which is 34 grand. Let's go all out and put a nice kitchen in. Exterior doors, let's put in better doors. Exterior lighting, let's put in good lighting. We really don't know if it needs a roof or not, but let's put some money in for a roof. Let's put some money in for interior paint and interior doors. It's definitely going to need new flooring. It's definitely going to need a bathroom remodel. We'll do better. Let's do best in the bathroom as well. Interior lighting. Let's just assume it's going to need some outlets and switches and a water heater and HVAC fresh. So you'll see the total cost to remodel is 167,000, which includes the hard costs of 145, and then we have soft costs of $21,000. What's $21,000? What's the soft cost? Well, 10% of that is we allocate 10% of that bid, that hard cost, into what we call contingency reserve, which is extra money in case something goes wrong. When you're doing a remodel like this, there's always going to be cost overruns. There's going to be surprises. So we plan for that, and we budget, in this case, at about 14,500, and the rest of the additional soft costs are for things like inspection fees, consultant fees, management fees, and if you need permits, things like that. And now here, the last step is building your payment. So if you're able to buy that for 70,000, which I don't see why not, how long has it been on the market? We could take a quick look. It doesn't say how many days it's been on the market. So, okay. So we'll go back. Let's say you get it for 70 grand. Remodeling budget is 167. And let's say you're an FHA buyer and you want to come in with 3.5% down. By the way, 3.5% down for FHA could be a gift from a family member. And you might even be able to get the seller to pay some of your closing costs. So in this scenario, at 7%, your payment's 1728. Now that does not include mortgage insurance. The mortgage insurance is extra. So maybe another 75 or $100 for mortgage insurance for FHA mortgage insurance, and there you have it. And so, hey, top 10 realtor.com cities for first-time home buyers. First-time home buyers, it's never too soon to get in. Don't complain about the rates. We can complain all we want. The rates are going to change. They're going to go up or down. If they go up and you get locked in at 7 or 7.5, you don't have to worry because your payment is locked in at 7.5. If they go down, you can always refinance. So as long as it's affordable for you, as long as you can afford that 1728, $1,800 monthly payment, it's time to get in. The other good thing about renovation loans are, and this is a renovation loan, which is one loan that includes money to buy it and money to fix it up. You can even finance up to 12 months of your mortgage payments. So if it's going to take 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months to remodel the place before it's habitable, we can include that in your budget as well. And that's going to go into your remodeling budget. And let's just say you want to add that in, and that increases your budget to 180. You can see what that looks like, and that has an effect of less than $100 a month by financing, you know, 12 months of mortgage payments. So I'm Skip Shanker, and that is Wilmington, Delaware, Realtor.com. Best place to buy a home for first-time home buyers, number 10. I'm Skip Shanker, and that's how you buy a fixer.